Hey everybody, back again with another haul video. So I have been picking up stuff at what seems like an exponential rate lately. More stuff on the way, always. It seems like it never stops. So we've got a handful of things to look at today, mostly because a few of these I'm not going to review. I figured people don't want to see reviews of some of this stuff. Some old stuff that I picked up that I'm not going to review, but I'm kind of excited about it. And then one big thing that I'm definitely going to review when I can get the logistics of it figured out. So we've got some ThunderCats, some MOTU, some Star Wars, some more Star Wars, some Power Rangers, which is a rarity on this channel despite the fact that I'm a humongous Power Ranger fan. So let's start it off with some Funko stuff. We have got the new vinyl 2-pack that just recently came out with Cheetara and Panthro. I am going to do a video specifically for these. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I've only had them for, I don't know, less than 24 hours right now, so I'm going to try to crack these out soon. I can already tell you that they have a couple issues, but I am happy with them because, you know, it's ThunderCats, come on. So we've got some more Funko. I'm not going to do a video on these because I've already done a video for one that's just so similar that there's no point really to be kind of rehashing the same thing. So we've got the second of 3 sets of the mini Hikari Skeletor. So we've got the one that I think is the more true color scheme, the blue and the purple. This one is 2,000 limited pieces. Not sure I'm going to open them or not because I put the others back in their box. I don't know. I'll probably crack them out, but for now these are going to stay in until I can figure out exactly where I want to put them. So that's the Funko stuff. We've got ThunderCats and MOTU. You can't really go wrong there. And if you've been watching my channel with any regularity, you know that I'm guaranteed to buy anything ThunderCats or MOTU at this point. Power Rangers. So I've said multiple times that I'm not interested in the Legacy line of figures, and it's mostly because I had bad luck with the green and white Ranger, and then I've also already got the figure arts. I've got every single Sentai figure arts that has ever been released, so there's no point in really getting most of them. But now they're getting into the territory of figures that have never really been released in anything outside of the more classic 5-inch Bandai Power Ranger scale. So I figured I'd bite the bullet and try again, and gonna go for a few figures that I am interested in, and I happen to come across them today at the store. So first up, we've got Green Zeo Ranger, which huge Johnny Young Bosch fan, so I had to get his Ranger for sure. It looks okay from the outset. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't really care so much for the Build-A-Zord for these, so we'll see. Definitely gonna do a video on this pretty soon. We've got the blue Dino Thunder from the same wave. I never really was into Dino Thunder too much. That was kind of after my time when it came to Power Rangers, but I really dig these designs, and I'm a big fan of their Zord. I still don't really care about the Build-A-Zord feature in these, but I like what this one has to offer. So it'll probably be lumped into the same review with the Green Zero, just to keep it brief. And then another one that's probably going to go into the same one, although he might deserve his own review because of such controversy surrounding this figure, is the Gold Zeo Ranger. And, you know, most people are calling him the Mustard Zeo Ranger because nothing on him is gold. It's all kind of a yellow, and most people that are really, really hardcore about these have been repainting them, and they look really good post repaint, so I might have to go that road myself. I think the figure on its own looks pretty promising, but we'll see. Hopefully I don't have any weird QC issues like I did with the legs on my green and white Rangers. So there's at least going to be one review for all 3 of these, or maybe this guy on his own and then the other 2 together, just because they're all really so similar for the most part. So we've got ThunderCats, MOTU, and Power Rangers. So now let's go look at a little Star Wars stuff. And I've got some older stuff that I managed to pick up at a comic shop while they were having a sale. Some figures that I wanted maybe a couple more of, and then some that I didn't have from when I was a kid. So Power of the Force 2 gets a lot of grief because, you know, it was just a glut of figures, and that was when everybody thought Star Wars was going to be a huge investment, and it turned out that at that point in time it wasn't. But there were quite a few that I missed because I stopped buying figures for a long time. So I found a few of these that were just, I mean, some were less than original retail, so I had to pick them up. So we'll start off with the Expanded Universe Dark Trooper figure. This is from the the Dark Forces game. Yeah, it says so on the box. So this is a humongous figure. I think it's a cool design, so I picked it up. I actually have one of these floating around somewhere, but he's not with the bulk of my figures, so that's slightly concerning, but they're around here somewhere. Next up, this one I didn't have. This is the Imperial Sentinel from Dark Empire. This guy has a lot of history to him because he was originally as far as Kenner was concerned, he was going to be the main bad guy in what they were hoping would be a new story that they were going to help craft with Lucas. It never came to fruition, and this guy is based off of an original Royal Guard concept art, although he's slightly tweaked. But he was going to be called Atha Prime. And it never hit on with Lucas. They went a different direction, and they didn't allow Kenner to make these, these kind of one-off characters that were built into their own storyline. But this guy found his way into the comics later on from the Dark Empire. Excellent book, by the way. But this figure was a must-have for me when I saw him. Some of these were just surprising that I actually didn't have. I got another Royal Guard for $3, so why not? It's actually not a bad figure. It's not as good as the one that just recently came out in that Target 3-pack, but it's not a bad figure. We have got the Clone Emperor Palpatine. This is also another Expanded Universe comic book figure, so didn't have him. Pretty pumped to actually get him. I think these are really cool. I like the idea of doing these figures, and I'm really happy to actually get a hold of them. We got some more comic book figures. We have got the Luke from the comics as well. He kind of wore a more Darth Vader style costume, just without the mechanics, the cybernetics. Very cool. Comes with a gun, and he's got a red lightsaber. So I'm very fond of the old EU comic books, so it's kind of weird that I don't have them, but I don't know, I didn't have them. And then I got a Space Trooper. This is from the Heir to the Empire novel by Tim Zahn. So this is kind of a must-have for me. Again, not sure why I didn't have these, but I didn't. And so that's kind of it for the old Star Wars stuff. And then I got like I said, there's going to be another Star Wars thing. So those are not going to get a review. It's too old at this point. I'm not sure I'm even going to open them. Most, or if not all, of my Power of the Force 2 figures are still carded, gathering value, I'm sure. And the big thing that we've got here is this guy. So we've got the BB-8. What does it say? What's this name for this thing? BB-8 2-in-1 Mega Playset from Hasbro. So this is the BB-8 playset that unfolds to be the what is supposed to be the Supremacy from The Last Jedi. And I'm probably going to have to get into maybe some spoiler territory when I talk about this thing in terms of what it offers versus where it comes from, because most of it doesn't appear in the movie. And I finally have Force Link technology. Toy Bro is Force Link enabled finally. The big draw for me for this was the Snoke and the other Praetorian Guard figure. And of course the cost was really prohibitive, though. I didn't want to shell out almost $200 for this. It's not worth it to me. But I got it on sale, so I had to take advantage of it. And I am excited to get a hold of it. Playsets have never really been my thing. I do have the newer Castle Grayskull, but that's really it. I didn't have tons and tons of playsets growing up as a kid, so they don't really hold up that place for me, but I do think that this is pretty cool. I'm likely going to pirate the figures and then save this guy, and maybe a few years from now, my daughter and I can play with this. That's what I told my wife anyway, so we will see. I'm hoping that actually pans out, because that would be great. But we are going to take a look at this. I figure this is probably going to be a rather lengthy review, but I'm going to try to go into as much detail as possible on it, because I think it's got some cool things that it offers. We'll go through Force Link, we'll see all of the sounds and all the lights and all the doodads. I also had to get batteries, because I didn't have any batteries for this guy, so I couldn't do a review yet. I've had him for about a week now, and I still haven't even opened it yet. So that's pretty much it. That's what I've got for now. We've got, BB-8, we've got some Power of the Force 2, we've got some Power Rangers, we've got some ThunderCats, and we've got some MOTU. So yeah, that's more stuff than I thought I had, actually. So yeah, that's going to do it for this little look at yet another haul. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share that whole YouTube thing. Let me know if you guys care about these. I'm really interested to know who actually watches these videos, and if you're interested in watching hauls and things like that. I know not everybody wants to see a video about me looking at 2 globs of clear vinyl. That's why I'm not going to do reviews of those MOTU Hikaris. I've also got some top 10 stuff coming soon. I'm trying to pan out my list. I think I'm going to have to divert things from how I've been doing it, and maybe do like a top 10 Black Series, top 10 Marvel Legends, maybe do some specific categories, and then do like an overall top 10 list, because I really want to diversify things and not do just a straight top 10, because it's going to be pretty heavy with NECA stuff based on their Ninja Turtles this year, so I don't want to go too crazy in that regard. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any ideas for top 10, I'm open to hear them. So again, that will do it for this video. See you later, guys.